Hello friends, I am your maths faculty from QLS Academy. Today we are going to learn about comparing quantities. So let's start the lesson for today. In our last class, we learned to convert fractions and decimals into percentage and vice versa. We also learned the uses of percentage. In this class, we will start with ratios to persons. Ratios to persons. Sometimes parts are given to us in a form of ratios and we need to convert those into percentage. Consider the following example. Reena's mother said to make idlis, you must have 2 parts of rice and 1 part of urad dal. What percent of such a mixture would be rice and what percent would be of urad dal? Solution. In terms of ratio, we would write this as rice is to urad dal is equals to 2:1. Now, 2 plus 1 is 3 is the total of all parts. This means 2 upon 3 part of rice and 1 upon 3 part of urad dal. Then the percent of rice would be 2 upon 3 into 100, which will be 62/3%. And now the percent of urad dal will be 1/3 into 100, which will be 100 upon 3%, which will be 33. मिक्स फ्रैक्शन में है ये याद रखना 33 1/3%. Okay. Increase and decrease as percent. There are times when we need to know the increase or decrease in a certain quantity as percentage. For example, if the population of a state increased from 5,50,000 to 6,05,000, then the increase in population can be understood better if we say the population increased by 10%. A school team won 6 games in this year against 4 games won last year. What is the percent increase? Solution. The increase in number of wins is 6 minus 4 is equals to 2. Percentage increase is equals to amount of change upon original amount or base into 100 is equals to increase in the number of wins upon original number of wins into 100 is equals to 2 upon 4 into 100, which is 50% increase. Price related to an item or buying or selling. Now this is the next topic and really important one. Buying and selling. The buying price of an item is known as its cost price. It is written as CP. The price at which you sell an item is known as selling price, or in short SP. Example, I bought a ring at rupees 600 and sell it at 610. What you say is better. You know, sell the item at a lower price, same price or higher price than your buying price. You can decide whether the sale was profitable or not depending upon the CP and SP. If CP is less than SP, then you made a profit. If SP minus CP, okay? If CP is equals to SP, then you are in no profit or no loss. While if CP is greater than SP, then you have a loss, which will be equal to CP minus SP. A toy was bought for 72 rupees and was sold at 80 rupees. The buying price is 72 rupees. The selling price is rupees 80. This means SP is more than CP. Hence, the profit made is SP minus CP, which is rupees 80 minus rupees 72 is equals to rupees 8. The profit made was of rupees 8. Profit and loss as a percentage. The profit or loss can be converted to a percentage. It is always calculated on CP. Now for the above example, we find that the profit percent or the loss percent. Let us consider the example related to the toy. We have CP is equals to rupees 72, SP is equals to rupees 80 and profit was rupees 8. Find the percentage of profit. Neha and Shekhar have used the following methods. Neha did it in a way profit percent is equals to profit upon CP into 100, which is equal to 8 upon 72 into 100. That was 1 upon 9 into 100. That was 11, 1 upon 9 percentage. Now, Shekhar does it in another way. On rupees 72, profit was rupees 8. On rupees 100, it will be 8 upon 72 into 100, which will again be 11 upon 1/9%. Now, similarly, you can find the loss percent in the second situation. Here, CP is equals to rupees 120, SP is equals to rupees 100. Therefore, the loss will be 120 minus 100, that is rupees 20. Loss percent will be loss upon CP into 100, which is equal to 20 upon 120 into 100. That will be 50 upon 3, which can be written as 60 2/3%. Now you see that in any given out of the three quantities related to price, that is CP, SP, amount of profit or loss or their percentage, we can find the rest. Charge given on borrowed money or simple interest. Simple interest, easiest and the most important topic of this chapter. Sohini said that they were going to buy a new scooter. Mohan asked her whether they had the money to buy it. Sohini said that her father was going to take a loan from the bank. A money you borrowed is known as the sum borrowed or principal. This money would be used by the borrower for some time before it is returned. For keeping this money for some time, the borrower has to pay some extra money to the bank. This is known as interest. Very clearly समझाती हूँ, मुझे पैसों की ज़रूरत है, so मैं बैंक से एक अमाउंट लूँगी, उस अमाउंट को प्रिंसिपल बोलेंगे. अब क्योंकि मैं उसको कुछ टाइम लूँगी लौटाने के लिए, तो जो टाइम पीरियड है जिसके लिए मैं उस मनी को अपने पास रखूँगी, उस टाइम पीरियड के हिसाब से मुझे बैंक को थोड़े एक्स्ट्रा पैसे देने पड़ेंगे, उसे कहते हैं इंटरेस्ट. You can find the amount you have to pay at the end of the year by adding the sum borrowed and the interest. That is, amount is equals to principal plus interest. अब मुझे टोटल कितने पैसे लौटाने पड़ेंगे? एक अमाउंट लौटाना पड़ेगा जो होगा प्रिंसिपल के, मतलब जो पैसे मैंने बैंक से लिए, और इंटरेस्ट के जो एक्स्ट्रा पैसे मुझे बैंक को देने हैं उसका सम. इंटरेस्ट इज जनरली गिवन in percent for a period of 1 year. It is written as to say 10% per year or per annum. 10% per annum means every year 100 borrowed, 10 rupees will be the interest you have to pay for a year. अगर मैंने 100 रुपये बोरो किए हैं 1 ईयर के लिए, तो मेरा इंटरेस्ट है 10 रुपये. मतलब मुझे टोटल अमाउंट जो देना पड़ेगा वो होगा 100 + 10. 110 रुपये मुझे बैंक को लौटाना पड़ेगा. Example, Anita takes a loan of rupees 5,000 at 15% per year as a rate of its interest. Find the interest she has to pay in the end of the year. Solution, the sum borrowed is equals to rupees 5,000. Rate of the interest is 15% per year. It means if rupees 100 is borrowed, she has to pay 15 rupees interest on every year. If she has borrowed rupees 5,000, then the interest she will have to pay will be 15 upon 100 into 15,000. That is equals to 750. So, at the end of the year, she has to give an amount of rupees 5,000 plus 750, which will equal to rupees 5,750. We can write in general relation to find interest for 1 year. Take principal as the principal of sum. R is the rate as percent per annum. Now, on every 100 borrowed, the interest paid is R. Now, therefore, on P borrowed, the interest paid for 1 year would be P into R upon 100. Interest for multiple years. If the amount is borrowed for more than 1 year, then the interest is calculated for the period of time money is kept for. For example, if Anita returns the money at the end of 2 years, the rate of the interest is the same. She would have to pay twice the interest. That is 750 for the first year and 750 for the second year. This way, the calculating interest where principal is not changed is known as simple interest. As the number of year increases, the interest also increases. For 100 borrowed for 3 years at 18%, the interest to be paid at the end of 3 years will be 18 plus 18 plus 18. That will be 3 into 18, which is rupees 54. We can find that a general form for simple interest for more than 1 year. We know that on a principal P and rate R%, interest paid for 1 year is. Therefore, interest I paid for T years would be, and amount you have to pay at the end of t years would be A is equals to P plus I. Now, just as in case of prices related to items, if you are given any two of the three quantities, the relation would be I is equals to P into T into R upon 100. You could find the remaining quantities. Now, I is the interest, P is the principal, T is the time period, R is the rate per annum. This was the end of this chapter. Hope you enjoyed studying. For any further information or you have any query, kindly go to the following links. Thank you.